One day, you're going to look around and you're going to realize that everybody loves you, but nobody likes you. And that is the loneliest feeling in the world.
I admit it, another hoe got me finished. Broke my heart, oh no you didn't.
What's up guys, Organized7 here, back again with another video. Today we have a 2020 review. Been quite a bit since we did a 2020 review, you know, but just been focusing on news times, and I kind of took a little break since I was really grinding in the playoffs there. So, the 2020 review for the Winnipeg Jets. Now, this is a team that I still think, now, even though they got knocked out against Calgary, I still think they have very high hopes to be the first team since the Montreal Canadiens in 1993 to win the Stanley Cup in Canada. And I think that they're likely one of the best. I'm not saying they are the best Canada team right now. You could say that Vancouver's arguably up there. You could throw Montreal in there. Calgary, I guess. I mean, you could throw some teams in there that are arguably great. So it's not really it's a really big competition when it comes to that kind of a spectrum of a ballpark. But I think that the Winnipeg Jets have the best odds to win the Stanley Cup for the first time in Canada. So, they started off the season with 71 games played, not 69 this time. 37 wins, 28 losses for 8 overtimes. They scored 216 goals and let in 203 goals for 20th place in the NHL. I still think that they're a great team. I think that, you can make some tweaks to this team in free agency to make them a much better team in based-off areas, because there's some areas that they do need to improve in. Defense is one of them. And I think that you get those weak spots improved. I think this team has actually a legitimate shot at going for the Stanley Cup, and I think that next season will definitely show that. Definitely. So they don't really need a problem with goal scoring. The goaltending's fine, especially since they signed Laurent Brossoit yesterday. The defense is really something they got to work on. That's one thing they have to do. Their leaders, Kyle Connor is their main leader, tied with Mark Scheifele. Kyle Connor has 38 goals, 35 assists for 73 points. He's tied in the points mark with Mark Scheifele, who has 29 goals, 44 assists for 73 points. Two great players. I've seen Connor really improve this season. And, Scheifele's been around the same great player that he always is. Blake Wheeler was up next with 22 goals, 43 assists for 65 points. And I thought I'd throw Lainey in here at number 4 since, Scheifele and Connor were tied in points, so I thought I'd throw another player in there. And Patrick Laine with 28 goals, 35 assists for 63 points. And I have a little arrow drawn here that says, do you trade Patrick Laine? It's been a huge rumor. It's been big in the hockey world over the past couple of days, and I think that even though it would make sense for some teams, especially Winnipeg, it's not the right move. Patrick Laine, especially, I think that what really killed him was Fortnite. Jets fans, you can blame Fortnite for killing him. In the first 2 seasons of his NHL career, he had like 50 goals, and now he's getting less than 30. So it's disappointing. It honestly is, because you look at this guy who was being compared to Alex Ovechkin at one point, is now being compared to an average NHL player. It's really disappointing. So I think that you don't trade Patrick Laine, but he really does got to improve, or else he's gonna have problems next season. Because it really stinks the way that happened to him. In the playoffs, Adam Lowry led the team with 3 points. 5 players were tied for 2 points. Noticeably, this was a great team. There was a lot of upsets in the playing rounds, especially. I thought there was a lot of upsets in the playing rounds. And I think that the Calgary-Winnipeg series was one of them, to be completely honest with you. I'm sorry, Calgary fans, but I think that was an upset. And I mean, the first round against Dallas kind of showed that. Goaltending. Connor Hellebuyck leads the team with 31 wins, 21 losses for 5 overtimes. And then Laurent Brossoit with a 6-7-1 record. And then there's Eric Comrie as well in the AHL. I think that I put that in there because I made these notes prior to Laurent Brossoit signing with the Jets yesterday. I've had these notes done for quite a bit, actually, so these aren't exactly up-to-date notes. I did throw in Comrie in there because that is their third goaltender. But yeah, I think the goaltending front you have great. The Laurent Brossoit signing was a great deal for Winnipeg, and I think it'll help them out very good. Let's just talk about Dustin Byfuglien here for a second. I know it's not relevant. Dustin Byfuglien's not even with the team anymore. But let's talk about Dustin Byfuglien. Let's talk about the Dustin Byfuglien story. So, in September, when training camps began, for last season, Byfuglien didn't even go to training camp. Byfuglien didn't play a single game this whole NHL season. Byfuglien, he just didn't want to play. He didn't want to play for the Jets, and, the Jets bought out his contract, and, it's very unlikely that he comes back. And, it stinks. I know there's not a lot of Byfuglien fans out there, but it really stinks, because, I thought Byfuglien was a great... He's really past his prime, though, as a defenseman. Just being honest. I think he was really past his prime. And, I've been hearing from NHL insiders he's likely never going to play again in the NHL. There was rumors of him getting signed by Chicago, but that's not happening. I doubt Byfuglien will get signed by a team. I think that his time in the NHL is over. There's some players that you can be hyped up for. There is 100% some players you can be hyped for. Sami Niku, who is a great prospect player. Vinny Heinola and Vesalainen, two good prospects that can help out your core. Just before we get into the UFAs and RFAs, their cap space is $15.6 million. And we do want to discuss Brian Little. Now, I talked about Brian Little yesterday about how he's likely never going to be playing in the NHL again, and I still think that's true. I don't think that you will be seeing Brian Little in a Winnipeg Jets jersey, or heck, in a hockey jersey ever again. He suffered a puck to the ear back in November, and he got a concussion, and that really just affected him. He didn't do anything. So, and his cap space is decently high. So, do you trade Little? I don't know who would take on that contract besides Detroit or Ottawa. Long-time injury reserve. Again, you could trade him to you could do a Marian Hossa move and trade him to a team that doesn't really have much, like how Chicago traded him to Arizona. And they put him on LTIR then, or you just put him on LTIR. But it's really just tough with Little. I think you're just gonna have to bite the bullet, and just keep going with it. So, UFAs, Cody Eakin. I'm sure he gets re-signed. Devin Shore. I think they'll throw him an offer. Raymond Bourque. I wonder if they'll offer him. Kulikov. Bilio DeMello, who likely leaves, to be honest with you. Spiza, who I think will get re-signed, and Bidetto. I have Brossois written on here, but he got re-signed. RFAs, Roslovic, I can't imagine they won't sign him an offer. They have to sign him an offer. I would be very surprised if they don't sign Jack Roslovic an offer. Harkins, if they want to re-sign him, they can. Appleton, I'm sure they'll throw him an offer. And Sami Niku, you definitely got to throw him an offer as well. I'm just going to say that right now. In the draft, they have the 10th overall pick, so that's great. You can select a decent player. I would go out for a defensive prospect. If Jake Sanderson's available at number 10, I would go for him. But I wouldn't go for Ashcroft, because I know he will likely be available by number 10. To just be completely honest with you. So, again, this is probably the team with the best odds in Canada to win the Stanley Cup. Some might even argue they're the best team in the Central Division to win the Stanley Cup. And I honestly wouldn't disagree, but the Central Division, I think all 7 teams in the Central Division are undeniably good. I think Chicago really proved us wrong in the you could say it was a fluke. You could say it was an upset. I kind of think it's an upset, but I kind of don't think it was an upset. But anyways, with Winnipeg, they have the best odds to win the Stanley Cup in Canada, in my opinion. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. We'll definitely be doing this again soon. The next 2020 review is the Florida Panthers, so get ready for that. So yeah, thank you all for the constant support. It's been great the past couple weeks. I've been getting a lot of support through the channel. We're nearly 80 subs away from 600. Mean a lot if we could get there. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.